324 AD. The Roman Empire is crumbling under the weight of greed and chaos. Money is worthless. Trust is lost. Then one man mints a coin that will outlive empires and still be prized today. This is the story of the Solidus, the gold coin that refused to die. Why did this tiny disc of gold become the backbone of civilization? Keep watching. Its journey has only begun. Welcome to History Unveiled. In this two-part epic, we follow one coin through 1,200 years of history. In Part 1, you'll discover how the Solidus was born from crisis, how it resurrected a dying empire. In Part 2, we'll travel through Byzantium, Islamic caliphates, Venice, the Ottomans, and into modern legacy. Now let's go back to the 4th century and meet our golden hero. Before the Solidus, Rome's economy was a ravenous beast. Emperors debased the aureus, mixing copper and silver to pay for wars and games. By the early 300s, the aureus had lost its dignity. Its value shrank. Inflation ran wild. Soldiers deserted. Markets collapsed. From 235 to 284 AD, the crisis of the 3rd century, over 20 emperors rose and fell. By 301, Diocletian tried to restrain chaos with his edict on maximum prices. Prices for bread, oil, even shoes were capped. Yet the edict failed. People ignored it. Now, in 324, Rome needed a miracle more than ever. Enter Constantine the Great, born in 272 AD, crowned Augustus in 306 AD. He witnessed an empire in pieces, rival claimants, civil war, economic collapse. In 312, after the Battle of Milvian Bridge, he embraced Christianity. In 324, he consolidated power, reunified empire, and turned to currency reform. He knew simply printing more base metal would not restore trust. He needed a promise, a coin that would carry value beyond lifespan. So he ordered a gold coin of exact weight and purity, 72 coins per Roman pound of gold. Use across empire, enforce consistency in all mints, insert Christian symbols to show divine backing. Thus, the Solidus was born. Technically, the Solidus was extraordinary. Each coin, 445 grams. Purity, near 24 carats, gold nearly 100%. Diameter, 21 mm. It was struck with highest precision, master dies, quality control, sealed bags, no variance, no forgiveness. Design-wise, one side bore the emperor's image, often crowned, holding regalia. The reverse, victory, cross, or Christograms. It wasn't just currency, it was authority in metal. In the decades after, the Solidus restored confidence. Merchants accepted it from Mesopotamia to Gaul. Soldiers saw their pay arrive in gold, not worthless bronze. Barbarian chieftains requested Solidus tribute. The phrase in solidum, in solid coin, gained meaning. People said, "That's a Solidus argument," meaning real, unshakable value. Even the Western provinces, though politically fragmented, still trusted Eastern gold. In North Africa, taxation recorded in solidi. In Gaul, Roman bishops hoarded solidi behind church walls, and the coin never betrayed them. Actual proof lies beneath the earth. In 1978, near Antioch, archaeologists found a hoard, 1/200 Solidus coins sealed in clay jars. After 2,600 years underground, they still gleamed, weight intact, designs crisp. Mint marks tell another story. Konob, Constantinople, Antioch, Trier, Alex, Alexandria, Rav, Ravenna. Each coin bore tiny codes, proving authenticity. Moreover, coin hoards found in Britain, Ethiopia, India, all containing Byzantine Solidi. Gold traveled further than politics. For centuries, the Solidus endured. Emperors died, wars raged, borders shifted, yet the coin remained the same. By the time of Justinian I, 527-565 AD, the Solidus had become a living tradition. His coinage bore bold frontal portraits, Christograms, and imperial symbols. Under him, Byzantium reached its zenith, and gold went with it. Byzantine historian Procopius wrote, "The gold of Byzantium is accepted in every land." But cracks appeared. War against Persia, plagues, construction costs, corruption in mint offices. Some emperors eked out shortages by issuing less gold or delaying minting. But until the 10th century, the core remained intact, deviation minimal. As the 11th century loomed, Byzantium reached a crossroads. Emperors fought for survival. In 1071, the Battle of Manzikert shattered the eastern frontier. Under pressure, the Solidus began to erode. But the true end came in 1092, when Alexios IV Komnenos replaced it with the Hyperpyron. He sacrificed purity to save the treasury, but though the name died, the spirit remained. So there you have it, the birth, rise, and final hour of the original Solidus. From crisis, Constantine forged a gold promise. For centuries, that promise held firm. But even gold has a limit, and history demanded change. Yet this is not the end. The Solidus would refuse to disappear. In Part 2, The 5 Empires of Gold, we'll follow how this coin morphed, survived, and influenced civilizations. Stay tuned. When an empire dies, its gold survives. After Rome fell, its golden child, the Solidus, refused to vanish. Instead, it traveled through 5 empires, spreading faith, power, and trust wherever it went. This is the story of how one coin became immortal. The year is 476. The Western Roman Empire has fallen. Barbarians rule Rome. But in the east, Constantinople shines, the new Rome. Here, the Solidus becomes not just money, but identity. They call it the Numisma, meaning the law. Every merchant, priest, and soldier trusts its weight, as constant as the sunrise. For Byzantium, the Solidus spoke louder than armies. It traveled where swords could not, into enemy markets, foreign courts, pilgrim routes. In Egypt, Syria, Persia, the coin was known simply as Byzantine gold. From the 6th to 10th century, its purity never changed. 445 grams, 24 carats. It became the dollar of the Middle Ages. Byzantine emperors used the Solidus as divine propaganda. Every coin bore their image, crowned by God's grace. Under Justinian I, Christ's monogram appeared beside the imperial face. It declared, "This empire stands by faith, and this gold proves it." But perfection invites decay. By the 11th century, Byzantium was stretched thin. Persian wars, Norman raids, internal corruption, gold reserves dwindled. By 1030, the solidus fell to 20 carats, by 1070 to 16. Trust, the empire's greatest wealth, began to vanish. In 1092, Emperor Alexios the Komnenos made a final gamble. He abolished the solidus and replaced it with the hyperpyron, a new coin for a new era. But no currency ever replaced its soul. Yet the story doesn't end here. Because just across the desert, a new empire was rising, and it borrowed Byzantium's golden idea. When the Arab armies conquered Byzantine lands, they inherited not only cities and roads, but also gold. Early caliphs found Byzantine Solidus circulating freely across the Middle East. In 697 AD, Caliph Abd al-Malik decided to strike his own version. He called it the dinar, and made it identical in weight to the solidus, 4 to 5 grams of nearly pure gold. But he replaced the emperor's face with scripture. There is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is his messenger. The dinar, descendant of the solidus, connected an empire from Spain to India. Caravans carried it across Sahara sands over Indian Ocean waves. Wherever traders went, faith followed, and gold sealed every deal. In Cairo, you could buy spices with Byzantine byzants or Arab dinars. It didn't matter. They weighed the same, trusted equally. The solidus gave birth to the dinar. And the dinar gave the world an idea that gold could unite faiths instead of dividing them. But while the East mastered purity in the West, across the sea, a new republic was preparing to mint its own glory. In medieval Europe, Byzantine gold was known as the Byzant. Venetian merchants loved it, dependable, eternal. By the 9th century, it became the accounting unit of Venice itself. In contracts, prices, and dowries, values were written in Byzants. It was the solidus reborn, this time under the Lion of St. Mark. In 1284, Venice minted its own version, the ducat. It copied the solidus's purity, 99.5% gold, and even its weight, 3.5 grams. On one side, the Doge kneeling before St. Mark. On the other, Christ holding the Gospels. The world called it the most trusted coin ever struck, until paper money dethroned it centuries later. But Venice wasn't the only empire chasing gold. In 1453, a new conqueror rode through the gates of Constantinople and claimed the solidus as his own. When Mehmed II captured Constantinople, he found the last Byzantine mint still glowing. He ordered the same craftsmen to keep working, but to strike coins for a new master. The Altyn, Ottoman gold, kept the solidus weight ratio alive, a bridge between Christian Byzantium and Islamic Empire. Ottoman sultans used gold as diplomacy. Tributes from Europe, taxes from Arabia, all measured by Solidus standards. Even Venetian ducats were accepted at Ottoman ports. For 200 years, the same gold standard that began under Constantine now linked 2 world religions and 3 continents. But time moves on, paper replaced metal, and the promise of gold became just a word. Centuries later, when nations built banks, they still followed the rule set by Constantine. A fixed weight of gold equals 1 unit of trust. Britain pegged its pound to gold. America pegged the dollar. The system that ruled the world was a child of the Solidus. The Solidus was the Bitcoin of its age, decentralized trust, but backed by faith, not code. Its blockchain, human honor. Its consensus, 7 centuries of purity. But unlike Bitcoin, the Solidus never crashed. What can 1 in 200 years of gold teach us today? Stability builds faith. Every promise must weigh the same tomorrow as it did today. Purity builds power. Once trust is lost, no empire survives. Legacy outlasts technology. You can mint new money, but not a new reputation. In 1910, beneath a ruined Byzantine church near Istanbul, archaeologists found 327 solidi sealed in stone jars. They still glittered like new. 2,200 years later, gold refused to age. So next time you hold a coin, remember, it's more than metal, it's memory. From Constantine's mint to modern vaults, the Solidus whispers one truth: empires fall. Gold remembers.